Out of the game. No, dude. Lost Temple is straight booty cheeks garbage. I would rather be spanked by a very large man for 10 hours straight than play Lost Temple. What is up? Today we are going to be ranking every Fall Guys final round map level, whatever the hell you want to call it, in 2026. Now, of course, disclaimer, this is of course my opinion. However, my opinion is right. Yours is probably wrong, and you can't argue with me. No. Sarcasm and jokes aside, hey, comment down below. Let me know what your favorite Fall Guys final round is. Let me know what you agree with on my list, what you disagree with. Let's have a nice little debate in the comments. Let me know. But without further ado, let's just get into it. Alright, so starting up with Blast Ball. Also, this last map right here, I don't even know what this is. I just recently got back into Fall Guys. I didn't play for the longest time. I've never seen this one right here. I don't think it exists. Comment down below. Let me know what it is, but I've never seen it. Don't think it's in the game anymore, so ignore it. But anyway, back to Blast Ball. Now, dude, Blast Ball, honestly, I think is so much fun. However, I personally suck at it. Dude, I'm so bad at Blast Ball. Like, dude, my aim is atrocious. Like, I definitely am not Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant when it comes to Blast Ball. I'm more like a Shaq at the free throw line, trying to aim my shots with the balls. A lot of balls. Pause. No, seriously though, it still is a lot of fun. I'm trying to get better at it. It's not going very well, but I'm trying. Anyway though, how much fun it is. I think it does require quite a bit of skill. Not very luck based. I'm gonna say I think I'm gonna go A tier for Blast Ball. Blast Ball is pretty darn great. Alright, next up we got Fall Mountain. Fall Mountain, I think if I remember right, is the OG final map, correct? Like when the game first came out. Dude, Fall Mountain, it rarely comes up nowadays, and to be honest, I'm glad that's the case, because when I do get it once in a blue moon, I'm usually not too happy to see it on my screen. It's just, bro, it's kind of luck based. I feel like you got to get a great start depending on where the balls come rolling down the hill at you. You got to push those spinny things out of your way, and sometimes you end up pushing opposite sides with another player, and meanwhile someone else is just taking off no problem. Dude, yeah, Fall Mountain, bro, I don't think it's great. I think I gotta throw it in D tier. I really am not a fan of Fall Mountain. It's not the worst, believe me, I'm gonna be getting to that, but it's Fall Mountain's gonna go pretty low. Alright, next up we got Hexagon, and easy S, dude. Hexagon, no joke, I think to this day is my favorite final round in all of Fall Guys, no question. Dude, Hexagon is so good, and the reason why I love Hexagon is because it was one of the OG maps, and looking at some of the other maps on here, like Hexaring, Thin Ice, kind of Hexaterrestrial, those are all pretty much just copycats of the OG Hexagon. And in my opinion, those are all, to some degree, worse copycats of Hexagon, especially Hexaring. Hexaring's coming up next, so I'm just wait till I talk about that. But sticking with Hexagon, man, it, no joke, is my favorite final map in the game. I feel like it's so balanced, a lot of skill required. It's a lot of fun. It's just, there's something about it, man. It's just got, bro, Hexagon be aura farming for real. It's got the aura, it's got the charm. It just, exquisite. Exquisite! But no, Hexagon, S tier, favorite map in the game, best map in the game. Fight me. Tell me I'm wrong, because I ain't. Now, getting the Hexaring, I mean, ooh. Oh. Now, like I was just saying, Hexaring, Hexaterrestrial, and Thin Ice are all kind of like the successors to Hex. Well, I don't know if that's the right word, but they're the maps that came after Hexagon, and they're like all copycat rip-off versions of it. And bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, out of all of them, Hexaring is my least favorite. I absolutely hate it. Now, this is coming from a person like me who is already very blind. As you can see, I am a fellow four eyes. And I just, dude, my depth perception is so bad. And for Hexaring, I mean, it, it is a nightmare. Dude, Hexaring, just, I don't know, man. The depth perception for me is so bad. And it's tough to keep track of it as well because the ring starts out moving really slow and then it picks up gradually, and it's just really tough to figure out the pacing and the timing of it. Plus, dude, people who grab you and run and take all the territory out on Hexaring literally. No, dude, it's a nightmare when that be happening. Getting grabbed on Hexaring is awful. Dude, Hexaring, I'm gonna say it, bro. It's a F tier map. It's a F tier map because again, there's what, one, two, three copycat versions of Hexagon. Hexaring, I think, without a doubt, is the worst of them, and it's just like, bro, Fall Guys developers, if you're watching this, get it out of the game. You didn't hear me? Come closer. Come here. Get it out of the game. Okay, now going to one of the other kind of copycats of Hexagon is Hexaterrestrial. This is much better than Hexaring. Hexaterrestrial, dude, is really fun. I think it's a better version than Thin Ice, spoiler alert. It's just, dude, it is pretty fun. I used to suck at it, but I've gotten a lot better recently with my pathing and learning how to like cut people off and like carve out my own little section to stay on to hopefully get to the end and win. It's just a lot of fun, man. It gets really tense. It's really fast paced, requires a lot of skill and technique, and constantly like planning out your next move and which section you're going to try and isolate for yourself and stick to. It's a lot of fun. It's not as good as Hexagon, but it's going to go in A tier, and I think I'm actually going to put it do I put it in front of Blast Ball or do I go behind Blast Ball? I'm going to go behind Blast Ball for the moment, I think. Wait. Nah, dude, I really like Hexaterrestrial. I'm going to put it second best, okay? All right, next up we got Jump Showdown. Bro, Jump Showdown can be such a pain in my little ass. Pardon my French, but dude, Jump Showdown can be so frustrating, and it is the biggest culprit for people grabbing. I already hate grabbing in Fall Guys as is. I am someone who rarely does it because I think it takes a lot of skill out of the game, and it's just such a greasy, grimy, stinky maneuver. I mean, I get it's part of the game, but on Jump Showdown, it really comes into play. It happens all the time, and it is so... Dude, yeah, Jump Showdown can be really rough, man. It's still like a fun challenge. Whenever I try to grab people back, it like never works for me. It only works when people do it to me instead. It's just, oh, dude, it sucks too when you get the variation with the fan that circles constant. It just hit my PC. Ow. No, when you get the variation where it has the fan circling, or you get, I think there's a fruit version where it shoots fruit at you, and then also the platforms start giving out. It's just, I don't know, it can be really frustrating. It is like skill based though, for the most part, and it's like, so I think I'm gonna have to throw Jump Showdown in C. Like, it's just very middle of the road for me. I want to throw it in B, and try to be a little more generous to it, but I don't think I can. It's going to stay in C tier. All right, next up we got Kraken Slam. Now, hey, Kraken Slam, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I think it gets a lot of hate. Now, me personally, I was for quite a while a huge hater myself of Kraken Slam. I hated it. But I gotta be honest with you, bro, I'm starting to feel differently. Kraken Slam, I think, is actually very skill based. It is extremely difficult, but it's actually like a really, really good challenge. The constant switching of the octopus that pops up and picks which of the four corners of the map to start rotating off, so then you have to stick, or move to another part of the map. And then you have all the tentacles that pop up and start trying to, smack you in the cheeks. And you can either try and time your jumps to avoid getting launched, or you can knowingly get launched and just hope you come back down normally and don't fall into the water. I don't know, there's something about it that's just like really, really challenging, but it feels really rewarding if you beat it and win it and come out standing as the last one. I will say a huge downside, grabbers can be really rough on Kraken Slam too. If you're trying to jump between tiles, a lot of the time there will be a person who grabs you between jumping to a tile and you just slip right into the water, and it is so frustrating. But there's just something about it, man. I've really been changing my opinion on it, and like I'm really liking it like a lot. Even then, that being said though, I want to throw it at like bottom of A tier, but I might have to keep it in B tier. Because at times I think it's a little too challenging. And some of the hitboxes, actually, wait, I just remembered sometimes the hitboxes with the tentacles hitting you are like very inconsistent and seem really unfair and random. And for that, I'm going to have to throw it in B. I'm not going to put it in A. Okay, this next map right here, let me tell you. Okay. Let me take a deep breath real quick. Because otherwise, just thinking and talking about this map makes me want to destroy my entire desk setup right now. Again, Fall Guys developers, if you are watching, which I hope you are, you need to get this map out of the game. No, dude, Lost Temple is straight booty cheeks garbage. I would rather be spanked by a very large man for 10 hours straight than play Lost Temple. I would rather be force-fed spinach, asparagus, lima beans, and some straight doo-doo than be playing Lost Temple. Now, the obvious problem with Lost Temple is, dude, it is a final round, and it is entirely luck and RNG based. As a final, you can't have that for a final. I don't know what part of that Fall Guys thinks is acceptable and is a good idea. And if there's anyone who likes this map, just click off the video now. No, please don't. I take that back. Oh, seriously though, I am so passionately just a hater of Lost Temple. If they're not going to remove it from the game, the very least they could do is move it to a preliminary round, so then they take a certain amount of people that can qualify at the finish line. Even then, I still wouldn't be crazy about the map, but that alone would at least make it 10 times better and make it at least somewhat make sense, as opposed to it being a final like it is now, and it's at the very end and only one person can win it. It's entirely luck-based. There is no skill involved whatsoever. It's literally DoorDash, but as a final. And even worse, get it out of the game. Lost Temple, bro, is going in F. It's just, bro, it's garbage. It's garbage. It's so garbage. I'm actually going to throw Hexaring in D at the bottom of D tier, because I think Lost Temple needs to stand alone in the F tier. It needs to be emphasized how garbage. It truly is. All right, now that we got that just doo-doo map out of the way, let's get on to roll off. Okay, so roll off, low key, I kind of like it. It's pretty nice. You usually only get it when you're in a smaller final round of, I would say, like 8, maybe 7 or less people. It seems is when it most frequently pops up. I'm also going to be a little bit biased because I don't know why, but for whatever reason, roll off is my bread and butter. I am naturally really good at it. I seem to win it at least 50% of the time or not more. I mean, not to not to toot my own horn, but I mean, I'm pretty good at it. It's pretty fun. It's a little boring at times, but it's kind of nice. I think it is definitely pretty challenging, especially when it starts moving quicker, and it is pretty skill based, so it's not very luck based, so that's always good. Overall, though, I mean, yeah, it can be pretty boring, and even though I'm pretty good at it, I can't let that bias my opinion too much. I'm gonna say it's like a C tier map. It's pretty middle of the road. I would put it above Jump Showdown though. I might actually put it. Ooh. I'm gonna throw it top of C tier. I think that's where roll off belongs. Top of C tier. All right, coming down to our last 2 maps, because again, I'm pretty sure that last one is not in the game anymore. This one is, what's this one called again? Ooh, what's it called? I gotta look it up. Royal Fumble, right? Royal Fumble, I think that's right, I think. This one is probably the rarest map to get. This one is usually if you got like 5 or less people in the final, which is rare in it of itself. And honestly, that being said, it's a good thing. I think Royal Fumble is just really a garbage map for a final map. First of all, it's just a copycat version of Tail Tag, and I already don't like Tail Tag. However, again, this is the final, so only one person can have the tail, and you have to be the last one with it in order to win. So you literally have everyone else in the lobby just chasing you and on your cheeks trying to grab that tail off your ass. And it's just it just doesn't make any sense as a final, and it's just boring. It's not fair. It's not fun. It's you against the world, basically. Again, it rarely comes up. Thank God it does, because if it was more common, it would be another case like Lost Temple where I would just hate my life forever. I'm gonna throw this at the bottom of D tier. It's better than Lost Temple, but honestly not by much. It's, I think, another pretty garbage map. Makes no sense being a final, and it needs to go. It should be removed 100%. All right, last but not least, we got Thin Ice. Dude, Thin Ice, it's very similar to Hexaterrestrial for me. Pretty much same premise. Again, I mean, it's another copycat of Hexagon, so spoiler alert, it's not as good as Hexagon. It is quite fun. It's, a pretty good challenge, pretty skill-based, so that's good. Not very RNG-like. You, of course, got to be on your tiptoes. It does have the added element of sliding around the ice, so it makes it a little bit tougher to maneuver yourself and stay up. But again, you're just pretty much trying to make sure you're really paying attention to your pathing, trying to isolate your own little area, and, all that good stuff. I'm going to say Thin Ice is like... I don't like it as much as Hexaterrestrial. I'm going to put it at top of B tier. I think above Kraken Slam. Yeah, let's do that right there. I think that's pretty fitting. All right, that is my tier list. This is objectively the right list. This is all the right opinions. And yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Again, comment down below. Let me know your opinions. Start a debate with me. Come on, bring it. Fall Guys, it has been really, really awesome for me to come back to it in 2026. I am hooked on it like crazy. And the only thing I wish, man, I think the biggest issue with this game is there's too many maps. And there's 60 to 65% of the maps that are really good and really fun. But that means a whopping 35 to 40%, in my opinion, suck. And if you're just looking at the finals map list, dude, there's way too many, especially considering, again, like I've said, some of these are just copycats. Like, in my opinion, for finals rounds, I mean, yeah, you want some variety. I'm not saying go down to one, because if it's just the same final every time, that's going to get super boring super quick. But here, I mean, we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 final rounds in Fall Guys. I mean, let me know if y'all disagree, but I think that is way too many. I would personally cut that list down to 5, maybe even 3. And if it was me, let's just say we cut it down to 3, I would actually have the 3 final rounds as Hexagon, Blast Ball, and Kraken Slam. Those 3 final rounds, they're all very skill based, not very luck based in my opinion. They're a pretty good challenge, and they are all unique in their own right. Because again, I love Hexaterrestrial and Thin Ice still, but if you get into them, they're just copycat versions of Hexagon, so it's like, why are they in here? It's just not needed. It's too much. It's filler. And you can see that with some of the other maps, and it's just like, bro, devs, you gotta cut down on some of these maps, please. Anyway, if y'all want another tier list possibly ranking every other single map of Fall Guys, let me know if that's something you're interested in. Also, to get more Fall Guys content, I'm pretty much streaming the game every single day right now on my channel, so if that's something you want to tune into, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can catch it and hopefully get the notification when I'm live, and feel free to come chill with me. Anyways, that's my tier list. I appreciate you all watching, and again, comment below, start a little debate with me. Let me know what your guys' hot takes are, and that's gonna be it for the tier list. Peace.